Hello my lovelies and welcome to my channel. It's been a long time since I was last here recording a tarot reading for you. Quite a few months ago, last year in fact, and like many of you, I've been processing. I've been living it. I've been trying to work out what life's all about, uploads, downloads, tuning into the collective, tuning out of the collective. But it all meant that I didn't have energy to put into readings, and I had to trust that. You know how you have to trust your intuition to know what's right for you. And I knew that this wasn't the time to be putting messages out there for the collective when I myself was going through this process. However, we are now at the Aries New Moon, the start of the new astrological year in 2021. And suddenly I have the energy, I have the mojo, I've found my spark again to share with you the wisdom of the cards once more. And so this reading is a reading for the new moon in Aries, and it's really for the coming year. So I would say the messages that you get now will be very good between now and the next new moon in May, but also to take you through until 2022. Heaven only knows what will have happened by then. So these cards that are coming up I have blessed the decks with energy to give us guidance and support to get through this coming year with as much fortitude, grace, but also to start embracing some new adventures. So without further ado, I shall start off with a couple of oracle cards, and I'm using, as ever, when I do the moon readings, this is Stacey DeMarco's Queen of the Moon Oracle. And the first card, because it is the new moon, this is the new moon, which is all about beginnings. But of course, this is the Aries moon, and this is beginnings not just of a month, not just of a set period in time, but in fact, a new beginning in your life. You might say it could be a new chapter, could even be a new book, who knows? We've gone through a big transition period and are still going through at this moment in time. And in the card, I'm so drawn to the fact that here we have a sort of frosty, cold outer, and then we go through this beautiful doorway of this new beginning into this fertile ground. And it's so appropriate for this time of year. I was actually out walking today and we got snow, and now it's sunny. So here we are going from this somewhat icy cold period into a period of fertility, of abundance, of new adventures where we don't know quite what's going to happen. And the message here is to embrace that as we're doing this new moon, to say, you know, set your intentions for this year. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to manifest? What energy do you want to bring into your life? We're going to look at that in further detail in the reading. And the second card that I've got for you from this deck is the first quarter moon assessing. I love this picture. There she is on top of a balloon, looking forward into the future to see what's, never mind on the horizon, what's in her universe. So what's in your universe? What are you going to look out at to see, okay, what are the opportunities for me? What can I let go of? What can I move towards? I think that I've got a really strong feeling with this moon that it is moving towards things, letting go of the past, letting go of a lot of stuff that's no longer serving you, so that you can embrace whatever exciting adventures come your way. And this the colours, the purple here, I'm kind of very much drawn to the sort of crown chakra here, even the solar star chakras, I can't quite remember the name. But you know, all that stuff where we tap into our intuition, our inner knowing, as we look forward And again, I think that thing of trust your intuition here. You've learned lots of lessons over this last year. I mean, who knew what we'd have been going through just 15 months ago? We had no idea. But we've got through it. You've got through it with a lot of struggle, I'm sure, some losses, no doubt, and also perhaps a new realization of what is possible. So take a bit of time to assess where you're at and then to start planning and moving forward. The second deck that I was drawn to, and those of you that know me from doing readings, I choose the decks based on my energy that I'm drawn to for the person I'm reading for. So for you here, I wanted to use Nature's Whispers. This is the most glorious, whimsical deck. The illustrations are by the wonderful Josephine Wall. You may be familiar with her paintings and artwork. Very magical, lots of fairies and mythical creatures, but a lot of nature as well. And of course, this is springtime. Certainly here in the Northern Hemisphere, and we're going into a time of, in nature, abundance and just gloriousness. So I thought this is a perfect deck to be drawn to pull the second card, a second message for your new moon reading. So God, Spirit, the universe, angels and ancestors, what message do we have for us from this beautiful deck to help us as we go into this new moon, new beginning, new day? And the card that I am drawn to here is maintain your childlike spirit. Look at that. She's on a swing there. She's having a great time swinging away. Again, there's beautiful sort of purpley, pinky colours here, sort of reminiscent of the assessing card. And, you know, the thing that's really striking me about this card as I'm feeling the energy from it is because of some of the tough times that we've gone through, we've had to be very grown up, haven't we? We've had to be very down to earth and practical and follow the rules and do all those things that will help us, most of us, to get through this. But what about that playful side of you? What about that playful spirit that maybe needs to be released now as we go into this new adventure? Go in with the childlike enthusiasm. Again, letting go of some of the things from the past. Of course, take into account what it is that's really important to you. But I really have that feeling of just enjoying life and just having it. You remember that feeling when you're on a swing and you go backwards and forwards? And I don't know about you, but I used to love jumping off and to get to the highest point and then you jump off and you almost fly for a brief moment until you landed. Very often I'd just crash land and go, ah. But that moment of flying is the bit that you really remember. And the joyfulness in this card is what I think we're all being called upon to embrace with this new Aries moon, with that, again, first sign of the zodiac. It is Aries, it's ruled by Mars, but it's a youthful energy as well. So a beautiful card there. On the bottom of the deck, and I'm just drawn to this again because of the new beginnings, potential gateway. And if you remember the card we had for new beginnings from the Stacey DeMarco, we've got the same doorway here, a portal into another world. And here we've got the tree of life, and there's a lovely world here, but we're drawn right the way in with this sinuous sort of river, stream going forward into this. So what is the potential with this gateway? What potentially can it take you towards as you move away from darkness into light? Lovely. There we go. Very positive to start with, isn't it? So I'm now going to do your tarot cards, and for this I'm using my trusty and favourite deck, certainly for the last couple of years, the Light Seers deck. The energy of this I just feel is so positive, beautiful, upbeat, etc., etc. So, God, Spirit, the universe, angels and ancestors, what messages do we have from this beautiful deck for the collective. And the first question I'm asking the cards here is, what does this new moon have in store for you? What does this new moon have in store for you? Okay. So sometimes I get jumpers. I'll see. If not, then I just stop and go with wherever the cards take me. So one more shuffle. Okay, and Ace of Cups. Look at this. New love. Nothing clearer than that, is there, with this Ace of Cups? And again, notice these purpley pinky colours. I'm very, very loving this vibe here. And this is new love. Now, this could be new romantic love for those of you that are hoping for that. This is a very auspicious time for this new moon. Again, you can set your intentions to manifest a new love in your life. It could be, though, the new love for a new job, for a project. It could just be reconnecting with somebody in your family. I mean, relationships have been very strained for some over the past year or so. Maybe it's your partner. Perhaps you need to go on one of those date nights and just make a fuss of each other rather than stressing about the kids and the parents and It could be new friendships, but whatever, this is new love. It could be just your own love of life coming back again. So embrace it. And if you see here, look, the heart in the middle, it's just glowing there. It's a bit like the red ruby ring there of beauty. But there's magic here. There's a swirl of magic coming. So if you open your heart to love, let go of fear, let go of restrictions, let go of all the things in the past, embrace the childlike spirit before, you know, perhaps you had a few too many adventures along the way, and embrace new love. Absolutely beautiful energy. Can't say more than that. Okay, so the second one is, what about the energy? What is the energy that is coming towards you that you can embrace as part of it? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The Sun and the Page of Pentacles. Well, I mean, that is energy and a half, isn't it? I mean, you know, that's the ultimate energizer, the Sun. That is our solar system's thing that just does the sun thing that gives us all energy for life. It's the life force. So the energy to embrace with this new moon is the life force energy. Being alive, you know, that is one of the big things, isn't it? We have been through so much. And as I said before, you know, many have lost, you know, had great losses of family and friends. I don't think there's anybody that hasn't been touched in one way, shape or form with this pandemic. But that sun does keep on shining. It keeps on going and we can tune into it. Look at there. She is totally embracing that energy. It's kind of going zzz, lighting her up. So you can't get a more energetic card than that. But also came out with it at the same time is the Page of Pentacles. Now, this page, the pages, again, youthful energy. The pages are the youngest of the court cards. This youthful energy of embracing something new. But Pentacles is more to do with, we had the Ace of Cups here, which of course is emotions, feelings, etc. But the thing with the Ace of Pentacles, sorry, the Page of Pentacles, she is there embracing a new aspect for work or for your life, for more down-to-earth energy. And there's a bit of a balancing act going on here, but she's focused on one thing. And I think that's what I'm drawn to so much with this, that there is one thing that you could focus on in the coming months, in this next 12 months. So what is it? What is it? It's to do with your job, your career, your life, things that bring you material comfort, things that bring you abundance. And the idea of focusing on it, holding it. So you need to define it first. You need to look at this and say, okay, what's the one big thing in my working life, in my everyday life that I want to focus on? It doesn't have to be a new job. It could be a new aspect of a job. It could be a new project. But it is something that you can embrace again with that childlike energy and some new enthusiasm. But again, that the tree pose there with balancing. I was never any good with the tree pose. I was always wobbling when the teacher would say, focus on a point across the room, and you go, however, if you feel like it, you can put foot down and balance on 2 feet. But the important thing is that you focus on what it is that's important to you. So, wow, there we go. That's the energy for this new moon. Right, now what do I need to be, or what do you need to be open to? Perhaps something that in the past you might not have been open to. Okay, and we've got it coming through here, the 7 of Pentacles. So again, we've got practical down-to-earth energy, and I think this is being open to the fact that when you plant the seeds, you have to look after it, and you have to wait for things to grow in their own good time. The 7 of Pentacles is all about that. You know, taking a bit of time out to look what you've planted and to nurture. So you need to be open to the fact that whatever seeds you're planting now in April, or whenever you're watching this video, you have to recognize that it will take time to grow. But look at all this underneath. It's not only the plant there that's growing, but there's all of this abundance underneath, the fruits of the labors. So be open to that. This is not about quick fixes. This is not about a quick hit that will give you short-term satisfaction. This is about planning for the longer term, assessing what is that plant. If you go back to the pentacle, if you like, imagine planting that pentacle and then seeing this grow and having to nurture it, look after it so that it will come to fruition in its own good time. So, what about manifestation? We talked earlier about manifesting for this new year. So what's the guidance here on manifesting? So this could be what might you be looking at manifesting, or some tips. I love it when the spirit gives some tips on how to do it. So let's see, what about manifesting? Okay, we have the 2 of Cups. So we had the Ace of Cups earlier, and now we've got the 2 of Cups. And the thing that strikes me immediately, that this is 2 people, 2 beings entwined. Now, obviously, the loving cup, I mean, in the traditional Rider-Waite, this is the ultimate romantic pairing and partnership. But when we're talking about manifesting, yes, it could go back to you manifesting a new love. But I think the message I'm getting here more strongly even than that is that as you go into this future, this new year, don't do it alone. See where you can partner with like-minded beings. And look at this. So these are this sort of embodiment of energy. They could be yin yang, masculine, feminine. It's not to do with gender. It's to do with different energies blending, coming together there to give a new partnership. So in manifestation, maybe it's about manifest someone to do this journey with you so that you're not on your own. You spent too much time on your own this last year. Some of you, I'm sure, actually say, oh, I'd love a bit of time on my own. I'm fed up with, the family, the kids, the dog, the cat, everybody calling on my time. I need a bit of time on my own. But that's slightly different. But this is about whatever it is that you want to manifest in the coming year. Where are the partnerships? Where is your tribe that you can partner with to co-create a beautiful, colourful future? I love this rainbow colours here. Anything's possible. Okay, next card is, what do you focus your attention on? So we've looked at manifesting, and after the manifesting, where you put your focus and your energy. We've got that sun there, that energy, but where you put your focus and your energy is where things happen. I use this an awful lot with my coaching clients when we talk about high focus and low energy, or high energy, low focus, headless chicken syndrome. But focus and energy is where things will start to really happen for you. So what message do we have for our focus? My goodness, there's far too many. You can't take all of those. I did, however, just get a quick glimpse of the star, but I'm going to put it back. If it pops back up again, that's fantastic. Star's one of my favourite cards. Oh, okay, right. The one that's jumped out. Okay. Where your focus is the Six of Swords. Moving away from sadness, hurt, pain, and sorrow towards that new beginning. So where that focus is, it's focusing on moving ahead. And I'm very struck here, as with all these Six of Swords in whatever deck you've got, that, you know, there's a somber energy. So we've had this beautiful light energy of love and sunshine and all of that. But this is to remind us that life has its dark side. It has its shade and shadow as well. But we need to move away from that, need to let that go. So focus on the future. Don't look back. Or if you do, just to check on what it is that you've learned. What are you taking into the future with you? She's there with that bag. That's her baggage. And in that baggage are the things she wants to take into her future life. She's left behind an awful lot. It's going into the future with a lot of more wisdom, a lot more learning, and hopefully, a calmer life to come. So I love that it is our focus to be on the future and recognizing that the past is the past and that we have new beginnings and that we can move forward into that beautiful sunshine energy. So we've got our focus and our energy there. And the final card in the tarot for this one is guidance from Spirit. I think Spirit's been guiding us all the way through this, don't you? Anyway, let's see what Spirit has to say for us, for you, for me, for everybody. Okay, 2 cards jumped out. 2 of Swords, another reminder from Spirit. Okay, you can move away from that blindness. You can take off the blindfold and look at things in reality. Make sure that you are seeing the world, not through rose-tinted specs. Okay, they're all very well, but, you know, we do need to take them off eventually and look at the reality of life. So there we go. Guidance from Spirit is don't let yourself, you know, the traditional 2 of Swords, blindfolded, holding on to the heart. Take off the blindfold. Move away from all that negativity. Again, so that's with the same, you know, moving forward. So I do think it's great actually that Spirit is here saying you must move away from it. When you get tempted to be pulled back into that energy, move forward. And what you're moving forward to, we had an ace at the beginning of this and we've got an ace at the end, the Ace of Pentacles. This is that new seed. You know, the page, she was holding this, but this is now actually saying, okay, this may not just be a new part of a project or something. This is actually a new beginning. So we've got new beginnings in love, in what you love doing. And now we've got that more practical energy. And look here, these are the little roots that in the 7 of Pentacles we saw had grown. So the message from Spirit is identify clearly what that pentacle is. So we've got 2 things to do here, really. We've got the cup of love there. What's the new love? And now we've got this, what do you want to manifest in terms of some new project, some new job, just new moon, new things. I love the fact that in this new moon reading, we have 2 aces and they are the 1 of cups and of pentacles, 2 of the loveliest ones to have in this deck. And just seeing at the bottom of the deck here, we'll just share this with you. 4 of Wands, the only one that's come up here, but this is about celebration. This is about loving life. This is about having a party. As and when, socially distanced or not, it reminds me of a festival. It's a bit like, you know, Glastonbury or something. But here we are, having fun, celebrating, just letting yourself go a bit with that youthful energy. So that's on the bottom of the deck. Spirit saying, don't forget, you know, or when you move forward, to just have fun as well, celebrate and enjoy. So there we go. Now, finally, your final message in this reading for the new moon for 2021 is from Angels and Ancestors by Kyle Gray. And this deck, again, one of my favorite decks, got messages from angels, from our ancestors, from spirit guides. It takes inspiration from the mythologies, from the stories of traditions all around the world. So let's just see. Oops, we've got 2 cards come out here. So we will have a look at those. Okay, the first one is winter. Look after your needs. Now, obviously, we're in spring. It doesn't mean you've got to wait till winter to look after your needs. I think this is the lovely wolf spirit here is saying you need to make sure that you look after yourself first. We've had to do a lot of looking after either ourselves or others or whatever. There's a lot of looking after just to keep our mental health going, if nothing else. But as we go into this new energy where things start to change and we get lots of new energy, new focus, we have to make sure to look after that energy. So do please take care of yourself as you would in winter when you hibernate and wrap up. You need to make sure that you're eating well, you're looking after your physical needs, your emotional well-being, and also your spiritual well-being, because big changes, which looks like this is what is coming up, and even though we may absolutely love the changes that are happening, maybe we won't, who knows, but whatever, have to take care of yourself. It can't be all throwing yourself into this, because it's about pacing. So that's a care card. And the other energy, which really just fits in with the 2 aces that we've had, and this is Direction Guardian, choose your path. I'm drawn again to what looks almost like that Ace of Pentacles mandala in the center here. And we've got all the different energies. If you're familiar with the World card, in the traditional tarot, you know that these 4 symbols come around the edges of the card. And that's when we've completed one cycle and are starting a new one. So if you take it that you've completed one cycle of your life now, whether it's a completed chapter, whether it's a completed book, whatever, with this new moon, new beginning, you need to just make sure that you choose your path, one that you choose with love, with wisdom, with clarity, and with something that you will enjoy doing. Because let's face it, there's not been so much enjoyment gone on in the last year. So let's all sort of get that 4 of Wands energy and start to look forward with more positivity. So that's the end of your reading. I say you can choose to see this whenever you read it, is when it's right for you. But as I say, it is one that is taking you through for the next 12 months, not just for the next month. If you would like a reading yourself, do get in touch with me. I use a combination of some coaching, a little bit of that. I use Tarot and Oracle and Joie de Vivre, working from intuition and psychic guidance. So my lovelies, until the next time, take care and keep smiling. Mwah.